Hey everybody, Kyle here. Here's my quick movie review of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. So Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is directed by James Wan and it stars Jason Momoa, Patrick Wilson, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, Amber Heard, and Nicole Kidman. It is a sequel to the first Aquaman movie and it's about Black Manta wanting revenge for the death of his father and going after Aquaman and his family. There's more to this movie than the trailers lead on. There's this whole subplot, or more so main plot, about global warming and how there are these energy resources in Atlantis and in the sea that are kind of causing it. And there's also something about a plague. And there's a lot of this weird mumbo jumbo stuff that kind of makes it really messy. But at the same time, I didn't really care too much because I was more so interested in the Black Manta storyline and how he's going after Aquaman and the revenge he wants to take upon him. I think the film gives us what we're looking for when it comes to a James Wan Aquaman movie. It gives us the action, it gives us the visual effects. We have ourselves some incredible action sequences between Aquaman and Black Manta. One of my favorite ones involves him and his brother Orm fighting Black Manta. There's this octopus robot thing going after Orm and Aquaman in this scene, and it's really fun to watch. I think Yahya is amazing as Black Manta. He's really badass. The suit, I have to give major props to the costume designers because they really came up with a really comic accurate Black Manta costume put to screen. It is beautiful. I also really loved how the film kind of expands the lore of Atlantis, and we learn more about like the council, and we learn about some of the other species and the kingdoms. Topo, the octopus that played the drums in the first movie, has a little bit more to do here. It's a funny movie. Like, there are scenes in this film that had me cackling. Like, one of my favorite scenes is involving, like, Orm, who's used to the underwater delicacies, and he's never had surface food before. So when Aquaman's like, why don't you try one of our favorite foods here? And he gives him a cockroach to eat. And it's hilarious to watch. Some people might be grossed out by it, but I found it funny. I will say that the film lacks the heart of the first movie. The movie had more of a story surrounding like Aquaman's family and his mother and his father. And Nicole Kidman as Atlanta was really fierce and cool in that first film. Here, she doesn't really get as much to do. She has like one little action scene, but besides that, she doesn't really have like a role besides like a council advisor to Aquaman. Also, Mara, there's a lot of talk about, Amber Heard and whether she was cut out of the movie. Mara's in the film, and she has some really cool action scenes. The problem is, you can tell that they've tried to cut her out because she barely has any lines of dialogue. And for a movie about Aquaman becoming a father and taking care of his baby, it just doesn't look good that a lot of the scenes revolving around Aquaman's baby don't have Mara in them. And there are scenes where like Aquaman and Mara have like a conversation that lasts like 2 seconds, and that's it. Like, we don't even get like a scene where Mara and Aquaman are talking about their lives together. It didn't sit right with me, and I really wish a character like Mara could have been expanded upon more in a sequel, like Orm is, because I think Orm is given way more to do here than he was in the first film. He's more fun to watch. He's given funny scenes. But Mara just is left to the side. It feels like her role's been diminished. But yeah, like overall, I would say that I prefer the first film. It's not, one of my favorite DC movies, but I will say that I think that this movie here is also not a terrible film by any means. I think there's a lot to love in it, and there's a lot of fun to be had. I think that Randall Park plays a fun, a scientist character. And yeah, so I wouldn't say, it's the best movie, but I had fun with it. I think that the action and the the actors like Jason Momoa and Patrick Wilson and Yahya Abdul-Mateen really make it worth watching. So yeah, that's my review of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Let me know what you thought, and have a great day, guys. Bye.